Rivian R1T demand appears to be down based on something that was written in Rivian's Q2 2023 shareholder letter, and now there are reports of Ford canceling dealer stock orders in the USA and in Canada. Could this be related to the Tesla Cybertruck, or is there another explanation? I'm John, and this is Cleaner Watt. With somewhere around 2 million pre-orders, the Cybertruck will certainly make an impact not only in the EV truck market, but also in the truck market in general. And right now, when it comes to the electric truck market, Ford and Rivian are the main two competitors, with Chevrolet and Ram EV trucks about to hit the market. With that being said, how will the Cybertruck impact Rivian R1T and Ford F-150 Lightning sales? And could the Cybertruck already be negatively affecting the demand for these trucks? Well, Car Dealership Guy on X.com recently posted, quote, "Breaking. Reports of Ford canceling Lightning EV orders across the country, dealer stock. Unclear just how widespread this is at the moment. Going to disclaim this post as unconfirmed until I get more details. More to come." As a follow-up, this was confirmed by Brian Sullivan, who apparently works for CNBC, and Brian wrote, quote, "Ford dealers confirming to me as well. Great job here by CDG on breaking the story. Question now is, what's being hit harder, demand or supply issues, or both? We'll reach out to Ford." Now, when I first saw this news, I thought it might be related to the Tesla Cybertruck. I thought that with customers anticipating first Cybertruck deliveries, that maybe Ford was seeing lighter demand for the F-150 Lightning. However, it appears that that is not the case, because an article based on this topic was recently published by the Detroit Free Press, and in this article it's written, quote, "Dealer stock orders for the 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning were canceled in the US in recent days, the Detroit Free Press has learned. Ford confirmed Monday that the all-electric pickups are undergoing additional quality checks at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center. As a result, we have canceled some dealer stock orders not submitted as pre-sold for the model year 2023, Gunsberg told the Free Press. Gunsberg noted that customer orders had not been canceled. We've identified a couple of additional areas where we believe additional checks are necessary as we ramp up production. The issue is not safety related, Gunsberg said. So these dealer stock cancellations are apparently not related to demand for the F-150 Lightning, but rather for quality checks. Now, as a reminder, Ford recently shut down the factory where they build the Ford F-150 Lightning so they could improve the facility. This was reported by this August 3rd Road and Track article where it was written, quote, "Ford announced Tuesday that the assembly of the F-150 Lightning will restart at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center following a 6-week shutdown for a retooling effort aimed at increasing production. Part of that improvement comes down to some new equipment at the Rouge, including precision measuring equipment for improved body gaps and flushness. Ford is also training 1,200 new employees slated to join the production line. The facility is now scheduled to produce some 70,000 F-150 Lightnings during the 2023 calendar year. Ford also said that the improvements at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center will allow an annualized production of 150,000 units, which is 3 times the plant's initial capacity." So Ford is actually working to ramp up F-150 Lightning production. So there's apparently not an immediate demand issue for the truck. Yes, this is a slight step back right now where they have to figure out how to fix whatever issues are there. But I believe this is related to the new production processes that they implemented during the 6-week shutdown of the facility. So they're really getting this factory going once again. And with new production processes and new equipment, small setbacks like this are to be expected. So it's nothing really to worry about. And I do expect that the Cybertruck will impact Ford F-150 Lightning sales and Ford F-150 sales in general. But the cancellation of dealer stock once again doesn't appear to be related to the Tesla Cybertruck. With that being said, Ford definitely needs to work hard at getting their Model E line, which is what they named their electric vehicle segment of their business. They really need to work to get that business profitable. But Ford is taking some great steps towards that, and I believe they will get there in the future. With that being said, the Tesla Cybertruck very likely has somewhere around 2 million pre-orders, and Tesla plans to build around 375,000 per year fully ramped up according to this Electrek article. So Ford is about to see some new serious competition from the Cybertruck, once again, not only for the Ford F-150 Lightning, but for their F-Series trucks in general. Okay, beyond Ford, let's move over to Rivian and talk about how the Cybertruck may actually already be affecting R1T demand. Rivian did recently release their Q3 2023 production and delivery results, and the results are great. In Q3, they were able to produce over 16,000 vehicles and deliver over 15,000 vehicles. Based on these results, this represented a 136% growth in deliveries over Q3 of 2022 and an increase of over 23% in quarter-over-quarter growth. So this is good news for Rivian in general. However, based on something that I referred to in a past video, it looks like demand for the R1T is actually down. As a reminder, the truck market in the USA, which is Rivian's home market, is huge. For example, according to the Detroit Free Press in an article that I pulled up, in 2022, Ford sold almost 654,000 F-Series pickup trucks, General Motors sold over 513,000 Chevrolet Silverados, and Stellantis sold over 468,000 Ram pickup trucks. Those were the top 3 selling vehicles in the USA in 2022. The 4th best-selling vehicle in the USA in 2022 was the Toyota RAV4, which sold over 366,000 units. Overall, since there are so many SUV choices available in the US market, somewhere over 160 different models are available right now, the SUV market is technically bigger than the truck market. But when it comes to individual models, of course, trucks dominate, once again taking the top 3 spots in the USA last year. So with Rivian based in the USA, you would expect that their R1T sales would be extremely strong and that demand would be strong. However, Rivian has shifted their focus to the R1S, and they're actually building less R1Ts, at least as was reported in their Q2 2023 shareholder letter. In that shareholder letter, it was written, quote, "During the second quarter, we also saw a meaningful increase in R1S production, with R1S representing about 70% of our total R1 production in the quarter." As a reminder, the R1S is an SUV version of the R1T, so an SUV versus a truck. The SUV demand is up, apparently, because that's why they're producing more vehicles, and I would assume this means that the R1T, the truck demand, is lower. Beyond that, this Rivian shareholder letter went on, quote, "This is the first quarter in which we produced more R1S vehicles than R1T vehicles. Over the long term, we believe consumer mix will be more heavily weighted toward the R1S." So my take on this is, since this is such a drastic difference here, 70% of their R1 production being for the SUV and only 30% being for the truck, this, I believe, is related to customers waiting for the Cybertruck, and thus sales and demand are down for the R1T. I could definitely be wrong on that, and there could be another reason for this all, but that appears to be a very logical possibility. It will be interesting to see how the Cybertruck over the next couple years impacts the truck market in general, and also how the Ram 1500R EV and the Chevy Silverado EV will do against the Cybertruck. With that being said, if you're a current truck owner or you plan to purchase a truck in the near future, do let me know in the comments section below your opinion on all of this. Also, I'd like to say once again, thank you to all of those who support me through Patreon. Your support makes a big difference and really does help make these videos possible. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support my work through Patreon, I will put a link in the video description. Thank you so much.